Hello, it's Cheryl Meyer again with another magical moment from Wonderland. And today is my very first in my series, Do You Love Yourself? Do you get out of your own way, or is everything clear sailing for you? What limiting beliefs do you have that are hindering your self-love to be the foundation of all your hopes and dreams? So the first one I want to do is what happens if you don't love yourself? When you don't love yourself, your entire life operates from lack. You settle for jobs, for relationships, for treatment that doesn't reflect your worth. Because deep down, you don't believe that you deserve better. You chase validation, approval, and success, thinking that will finally make you feel whole, but it never does. Without self-love, you become your own worst critic. You second guess your choices. You apologize for your existence. You silence your voice. You ignore your needs. And you abandon your boundaries to keep peace or to keep people in your life that you should let go because they're not making you feel loved and worthy as you deserve. You start outsourcing your power, waiting for someone to choose you, to fix you, to save you. And while you're waiting, life is passing you by. Opportunities slip through your fingers because you don't feel ready or good enough. And here's the hard truth. If you don't believe in your own value, no one's going to be able to convince you of it. Not truly. But the moment you decide to love yourself, everything shifts. You stop settling. You speak up. You take up space. You start leading your life instead of just surviving it. Self-love fuels courage. It gives you clarity, confidence, and resilience. You become magnetic, not because you're perfect, because you're real. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you finally chose you? Because self-love isn't a luxury, it's the foundation. And when you own that, you stop waiting to be enough and start living as if you know you already are. Now, one comment about self-love. I gained back my self-love after my divorce, which I've talked about, one phase at a time. First, I found out who I was as the business person working in another company. Then I found out who I was and loved myself for the friends that I gathered in the community that I formed. The last part of it for me was relationships, to find my significant other. I went through a series of god-awful relationships where I was always trying to please them, but they weren't trying to please me. And so they didn't give me the self-worth that I was looking for. And in the end, when I got sick, I was in a 10-year relationship and he wouldn't change for me. He didn't care enough about my health to try to support me, which is when I said enough. And I took a class on self-love, went on the old fogey dating site and declared exactly what my non-negotiables were, because it became very clear to me I needed to set clear boundaries as to what I deserved and what I was demanding would be given to me. I knew that I would give back. That wasn't an issue, but I wanted to set a strong foundation of what I expected from my partner in order for him to be in my life. And took 3 days and John arrived. So self-love is really important. And we may have limiting beliefs in a part of our life, but not in all of our life. So start thinking about, do you love yourself? Do you have self-worth in everything you're doing? Do you have thoughts that are driving you nuts like ants, that are not allowing you to feel really good about yourself and everything that you do? And if that's the case, you need to work on your self-love, and there's a series of ways we can do that, and I will cover that. But if you come to my retreat, I'm going to test you for whether or not you have self-love. We're going to get down to the nubs in terms of what is stopping you from going there. And then we're going to facilitate you discovering your own self-love so that when you leave here, it's solidly in place. And that's the beauty of the classes on PSYCH-K that John and I have been taking. And we're both able to do the facilitation. So we'll do one or the other of you, one or the other of us will do the PSYCH-K facilitation. If you do love yourself, then I'm going to question you before you come where other limiting beliefs might be, because I want you to go through the process of the facilitation so that we get rid of that limiting belief so that you can actually go out there and start to manifest exactly as the creator what you want to have in your life. Okay, this is round 1 with Do You Love Yourself? I'll be back tomorrow with round 2 of Do You Love Yourself? It's a magical moment from Wonderland. Thank you.